Hello and welcome. I'm Esther Buerki, the author of the book Living Without Fear and the co-publisher of the Amazon best-selling Inspire Journeys. Get in touch with me if you want to start living without fear or even writing your book. And please share this podcast with a friend who you know needs to hear this episode. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, write a short review, and rate it on your favorite podcast platform with a lot of stars if you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for your support. This truly means a lot to me. And today, I'd like to talk about trust, trusting ourselves. You can be in your 40s, 50s, or 60s, and still having challenges with trusting yourself. I'm the living example. I don't always trust myself. I'd rather trust other people. Why? It stems from a low self-esteem for many years. It was initiated by my parents, who themselves had a low self-esteem too. And they didn't trust themselves. So they couldn't teach me to trust myself as I do this now with my two boys. My younger son has his first job interview today. And what I told him yesterday, trust yourself, trust your intuition. You're totally fine. You have all in you what you need for this interview. My parents didn't tell me this, never. They always criticized me because they have been criticized by their parents too. But today, I want to encourage you to trust yourself more and more as I'm learning this daily. The reason why I talk about trust today is because I met a good friend of mine last night. I love her very much, but in the past year, every time we met, I left with this feeling that she isn't that happy as she always says. I often left her with a feeling of emptiness in my heart. And I always wondered why. And I always asked myself if I shouldn't end this friendship. Often I tried to ask her directly how she felt, but she always answered that she was fine, everything was fine. And as she is working as an expert in the mental health field, I was convinced that she must be aware of her own feelings. But she continued to pretending that everything was all right. And I gave up asking her again because every time I asked her, I felt odd. And I told myself, I must be wrong. I must be interpreting something wrong regarding her feelings. I should pay attention more to her words. And as I have so many beautiful memories with her from the past 10 years, and as I love her, I kept on seeing her, not so often anymore, but I didn't stop calling her from time to time. And that's why we met yesterday. And our conversation started as usual, with her sharing with many details what exciting things she has experienced with her family and friends recently. And I felt again she wasn't feeling great. I asked her again how she was doing personally. She pretended once more that all was fine. But when we were standing in her kitchen and boiling water for another tea, she suddenly opened up herself. She shared with me that she will go to therapy again because she felt an enormous sadness in herself and she wants to get to the root of this. I had goosebumps when she said so. I was so happy that she shared her true feelings with me. Tears were in her eyes. She was so authentic. I asked her if she wanted a hug. And I really felt so close to her and her heart, and thanked her for being so open and sharing her true feelings with me. This experience with my dear friend made me think again how I haven't been always good at trusting myself. I improved a lot thanks to the journey of self-awareness I'm on. But I could be even better at trusting myself daily and in every situation which triggers my emotional state and which creates feeling of insecurities and self-doubts. It's difficult for me still, and maybe for you as well, to be 100% certain and to show this to others. It's easier for me to feel certain when I'm with myself alone. But as soon as I'm in a group of people, for example, my swimming mates from the swimming club, I get easily triggered by all the reactions which are directly pointed to me as a person. That's why I avoided groups of people in the past. But today, I always talk to myself while being in a group. I check in with myself. I check in with my feelings. And I tell myself that I'm fine. All is fine. And it's okay how it is. It's not always working as I wished it would, but I'm convinced that it's the right path, and I will learn more and more to be as authentic as possible in every situation. And if I screw up once, I can start again without blaming myself. Just being patient with myself. That's it. And you can do it too. And it isn't a matter of age or the amount of self-esteem you've got right now. You can start today, now, and you can be a loving coach to yourself. You can do it. Thank you, dear listener, for spending your precious time with me and being open to learn how to trust yourself more. And I cannot repeat it enough. In case you feel worthless today and nobody seems to like you, I tell you, you're amazing. I love you. And you're a gift to everyone who crosses your path. And please tell yourself these sentences over and over again. Have an amazing day and talk to you next week.